Hi everyone. I'm just back from a walk, and during the walk I found a Calathea. I'll show it to you. It's not much of a big deal because I bought it because it had to be rehabbed. It's a challenge that I wanted to try. I know they are delicate plants, they require a lot of water and attention, so it might not survive, but it might. I'm going to give you updates on my Instagram account, Nicely Soiled. And for those who don't know this channel, this is Nicely Soiled. If you love channels about plants, I would love to see you subscribed. And for more updates, click on the bell buttons so you can get all the notifications on your phone whenever I upload a new video. Basically, I bought it for 50% of the price because now I should have shown you, but it had lots of leaves that were gone. I guess instead of throwing it away, then they decided to just give it away for 50%. So basically, the price I paid for this was something like €5 instead of 11, more or less. So I decided to start trying to rehab this Calathea. The first thing I did, I cut all these leaves that were kind of old, yucky, and really bad looking. So that was the first step. Second step is I'm going to water her. She loves, as a Calathea, as most of Calathea. I don't know if there are any Calatheas that differ, but basically she always wants a moist soil. And if you see, it's extremely dry, extremely dry. So the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give her water. And I'm not going to give her tap water because that's something that you don't want to do with your Calathea. You want to give her filtered water, or anyway, water from the tank, which is like distilled water. And yeah, that's the second thing I'm going to do. Basically, this is my carafe, filtered water, room temperature. So I'm going to water my Calathea very, very thoroughly. My other Calathea that I have is doing very well. And I'm trying to see if it's enough. I think so. Maybe slightly more, just to be more on the safe side, since it has suffered quite a lot because it hasn't been watered for ages, I guess. I would ask you to refer to the previous video for Calathea's care tips, and I'll also link it at the end of this video, so stay tuned until the end. I would say that it's a very fun plant to have because it moves really, really, really a lot. If you have one, if you've had it, if you're going to get it, you're going to see a lot of movement in the leaves, which is a lot of fun because they want to catch as much light as possible, because in their natural habitat where they live, they do not have that much sunlight. They live under the rainforest, so they are a bit hidden, so their purple leaves here is a way to attract more light. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place her in a place where it has light but not super direct, so medium. The video stopped working for a second. I don't know where we have left you, but I'm pretty sure that we have watered the plant already. Now, second time that we're going to water the plant because the first was not enough. And I'll take my carafe and again I'm going to filter it. Okay, so now that the plant is well hydrated, the next step is going to be to find her a very nice pot. I think I told you mostly everything that I wanted to tell you, except for two things, two tips that you want to follow very strictly. So firstly, I want to show you better this plant because I think I haven't shown it to you before too well. So the first tip is that although I'm super tempted to repot her because I don't like plastic pots, and way less this one, it's not attractive, but I know the plant is extremely stressed at this moment, so she's going to remain in this pot at least for a month before I change anything. So I'm not going to do absolutely anything for her to be even more stressed. And the second thing is fertilizer. I have already said many times in my previous videos that I'm not going to fertilize my plants that I've recently bought. And this is a general guideline that you should follow every time you buy a new plant. Basically, the principle is it has just come out of a nursery. So in the nursery, they have given them all the best chances possible. Like, for example, they gave them the best climate, the best everything, and including nutrition as well. So she is fresh from a good nutrition. So most probably now we are August, end of August. Maybe I'm going to feed her maybe even next June. Because you may be surprised, but plants don't really eat that much. Not as much as you may think. Summer Rain Oaks, and you should check her videos, she was saying you should not be fertilizing your plants in the next 6 months that you buy a plant. So basically for me the next 6 months are going to be basically next spring, because you are not going to fertilize the plant in winter because that's a no-no, they go dormant. So basically next spring, maybe April, March, April. I'm not too concerned about it. Difficulty of Calatheas, I would say they are 4 out of 5. You have to always remember to water your plants, and you can't say whatever water, because whatever water is not going to work. Experienced it, made a mistake, kill them, so don't do it.
Okay, so here's where I placed my Calathea. It has been about 2 days since I bought her, and she seems to be drinking quite a lot. So a few words about the location where I placed her. Firstly, I decided to put her near the window, but it's a window where the sun never ever hits directly. So she has quite a bit of light, but not direct sun ever. I like to spray her quite often, so she has a lot of humidity, because Calatheas are plants that love humidity. And to increase the amount of humidity, I placed her among many other plants, as you can see. So she can actually enjoy the help of the other plants in terms of humidity. In addition, I spray her. Then what else would I like to mention? I'm going to water her again, because I guess due to the lower amount of water that she has received in the past few weeks, she drinks quite a bit, and I'm going to water her again. Another word about the rescuing process. I don't think this plant is going to die completely, but just in case, if the Calathea showed no sign of recouping strength in the leaves, and I had to cut them all, I'm still not going to throw away the pot with the roots. And the reason why I'm not going to do it is because the roots are sort of tubers, so I may expect a bit of growth maybe in the future. Then if lately I'm not going to experience any growth at all, it means that it's dead completely. But I've just shown you a bit the leaves. They are a bit damaged by the lack of water, but they still look very beautiful. The next video is going to be on a very beautiful type of aroid, on the Anthurium Clarinervium. Here you are. So this is going to be the topic of the next video. It's also in bloom. I've had it for quite some time. It has been putting out new leaves, coming out, so Stay tuned, hit that bell button, and I'm going to show you another very, very beautiful thing. You can see it around there. It's this philodendron here that I'm going to talk to you a bit more about. It's among many other plants. This is my other Calathea. It's been doing really, really well. It's besides the humidifier. And yeah, see you next time. Ciao!